Welcome to my first ever C++ tutorial. Today we're learning the basics, and by basics I mean the stuff 90% of programmers pretend to remember. So today you'll be learning what a variable is, how to print things, how to input things, and how to write a program that accomplishes absolutely nothing useful, but still makes you feel like a coding genius. Alright, so what is a variable? Imagine a box. Now imagine that box is sitting inside of your computer's memory, quietly minding its own business. Then imagine you yeet random values into the box. That's a variable. So now C++ doesn't let you just throw anything into a box. It wants labels, it wants order, and it wants types. Here are some of the main ones. We have int for whole numbers, float for decimal numbers, which are kind of precise, and then we have double, which are decimal numbers, but fancier and more precise. We have char, single character, string, bunch of characters, and bool, which is either true or false. C++ requires you to tell it the variable's type before using it because C++ doesn't trust anybody. Here, I'm going to declare some values or some variables. I'll declare int my num double fancy num and string name. So we can assign values to our variables upon declaration, or we can come back later and do my num. Let's do 42. Let's do fancy num. Let's do 3,14. Let's do name. Let's do Golok. Great name, by the way. And boom, now our variable boxes are filled. So now we're going to display these values on the screen. So how do we do that? We need something known as cout. Let's do my num end line. Let's do cout fancy num end line. Let's do cout name end line. Control Shift P. Now let's do main.exe. So now we have all of our values displayed. The output of operator, which is this operator right here, simply means computer, take this thing and throw it at the user. So let's say you wanted the user to type something into the screen. You would use cin and the input operator. Then you want to add the variable name you would like the input operator to move a value into. So let's say name. Let's do cout. Let's do so your name is, and let's do name. Let's do end line, and then let's do Control Shift P. Let's do main.exe. Let's enter Frederick. So your name is Frederick, and that's what's outputted to the user. So this input operator here basically means computer, grab whatever the user types and shove it into this box. Now let's take everything we've learned and write the most useless program that was ever conceived. Number. Let's do cin. Let's do my num. Let's do cout. Enter decimal number. Let's do cin. Let's do cin. Let's do fancy num. And let's do cout. Enter your name. Let's do cin. Let's do name. And now Let's do cout. Let's do you entered, you entered my num. Let's do fancy num and names. Let's do name and line, and then let's do Control Shift B. Now let's do main.exe. Enter a number. Let's enter 24. Decimal number. Let's do 3.14. Let's do bool. And that's it. Now you know variables, printing input, and how to annoy your compiler. In the next episode, we're going into conditions and loops, aka how to make your program think for itself, sort of.